The next part of this is that I am a communicator. I am a distinguished Toastmaster. I've got published poems, published books. I've written in magazines, given speeches all over the country, and I love to write. I write all the time. I've got so many boxes of notes from being a Christian and writing. Every day I studied and wrote. I'm just like that. Everything I do to a great, great, great extent, which is how I became successful in business. I always worked harder. I thought deeper and longer. And I think I loved more my people. I do. Anyway, so where were we? Trying to think. Communication. So I'm a facilitator for Stephen Covey's 7 Habits and Principles Centered Leadership, distinguished Toastmaster. I've married and done the funeral services for more people than I could ever imagine, and that's primary to me. The one thing that I've always wanted to do more of is study languages. So naturally, I know a little French. Naturally, I wanted to understand Hebrew, right? And so that led me to Paleo-Hebrew, and that led me to Sumer and Akkad and the Epic of Gilgamesh and understanding all that in cuneiform. And then the Hebrew, the deeper I got, the more complicated it was, right? At the same time, because I love nature and you see all my bones and how I love archaeology, I was studying archaeology and following a guy named Randall Carlson. And he was just blowing my mind with information about past cataclysms. And so I began to learn about all the different ice ages and geology, geography, and I took a class called Sacred Geometry, while at the same time I was learning to decipher, right? So all these things kind of culminated my understanding of ancestry and history, particularly diaries and information that might not come out of history books. And because I love history, I'd been to so many archaeological places and Indian places, and I went up to visit an Indian elder up in Oklahoma with the hopes of finding out what they believed in. I'll be daggone if they hadn't been converted by Catholicism. Jeez Louise, about that time I was ready to give it up. Anyway, it was a great experience and great people that are still being wronged by us today. Like Sanger and the Blacks, there's a plan, but Democrats will keep you from believing anything but the government's good. It's really very sad. So I guess that's enough for this. It kind of shows you how I was learning so much about language and the world and the globe and geometry all at the same time, which culminated here now.